Have you ever noticed how certain people seem to carry a quiet weight behind their smiles? They laugh, they work, they show up. But something in their eyes feels distant, like a song playing just a little out of tune. What if I told you that someone around you, someone with whom you felt a powerful, almost inexplicable connection, is silently carrying a pain they don't know how to share? Today, your angels want to bring you a revelation. It's about a person who's energetically tied to you, perhaps even spiritually bonded to your soul. But despite this sacred connection, they're hurting in ways they haven't fully admitted, even to themselves. You've probably felt this person's presence linger in your thoughts. Maybe you found yourself thinking about them at odd times or feeling their energy in moments of stillness. That's not coincidence. That's resonance. Because your soul has picked up on what their heart can't express. And while this connection has brought light into their life, it has also awakened shadows they had buried long ago. This person, yes, the one you can't quite shake from your mind, feels deeply seen by you. And that is both beautiful and terrifying. They're used to hiding, to managing emotions in silence, to pretending that everything is fine. But your presence disrupted that pattern. Your authenticity stirred something raw and real inside them. You may not realize it, but your words, your energy, your very existence, it all challenged their emotional defenses. This connection is not just emotional. It's spiritual. There's a divine thread that links your hearts, woven through lifetimes and filled with lessons. They may not understand it fully, but they feel it, like gravity pulling them back every time they try to walk away. And right now, they are hurting. Not because of you, but because of the mirror you've become. You reflect a version of love they never thought they deserved. A connection that feels too good to be true. And that scares them. Because accepting it would mean unraveling old beliefs, old wounds, old versions of themselves. And that kind of transformation, dear soul, isn't painless. They notice how you carry yourself, gracefully, even in the face of challenges. They see how your heart remains open, even when life has given you every reason to close it. And they wonder, how can someone like you love someone like me? They don't yet realize that love isn't about being perfect. It's about being present. About being truthful. And your presence in their life is the most honest thing they've felt in a very long time. But here's what your angels need you to know right now. This person's pain isn't a signal to give up, it's a call for compassion. They are learning how to love in the way you deserve, even if it doesn't show just yet. Behind their silence, behind the distance, behind the hesitation, is a heart that is doing its best. They replay your conversations in their mind. They remember the way you looked at them, not with judgment, but with understanding. And that memory brings both comfort and hurt. They miss you more than they can express. And yet, they hesitate. Why? Because deep down, they're afraid they're not enough. They fear that if they fully open up, you might see the parts they've kept hidden, and walk away. But you, dear soul, were brought into their life for a reason. Not to fix them. Not to wait indefinitely. But to awaken them. To show them that love is not a transaction, but a sacred gift. You've succeeded in that. You've planted seeds in their spirit that are still growing. And even if they can't put it into words yet, they are changing. Now, take a moment to breathe with me. Yes, right now. Inhale deeply. Hold it. And release. You're being called to trust, not in their actions, not in their pace, but in the divine process. Because this connection isn't random. It was written. And what is written with light can never be erased by fear. Your angels are working behind the scenes. They are guiding conversations, orchestrating encounters, and softening hearts. This person is being shown signs, perhaps dreams, songs, flashes of memories, that lead them back to you. And when they return, and they will, it won't be because they felt pressured. It will be because they finally felt safe enough to be seen. Until that day, continue shining. Not for them, but because your light was never meant to dim. And now, if your heart feels ready, your angels ask you to take one simple step. Type in the comments, I receive this connection with love and clarity. That single act sets an energetic intention. It declares to the universe that you are open to healing, open to truth, open to divine timing. And those who type it with sincerity, they will feel something shift, deep, subtle, but undeniable. Dear soul, what comes next won't just be about love. It will be about awakening. About two spirits meeting not from need, but from truth. Because when someone sees your soul and still chooses to stay, that's not just romance. That's sacred. And it's closer than you think. Stay with me. There is more your angels want to reveal. Now that your heart is open, let's go deeper. Because the silent ache this person carries isn't just about love, it's about worthiness. This person has long questioned whether they're enough. Whether they deserve someone like you, someone who radiates presence, peace, and depth. And even though they might put on a confident exterior, your angels see their inner world clearly. They see how often they doubt themselves, how often they replay past mistakes, and how deeply they fear messing up something this real. You may be wondering, if this person truly feels all this, why the distance? Why the hesitation? Because when someone's spirit has been hurt before, when they've been told in words or silence that they're hard to love, they start believing it. And believing it becomes a habit, a barrier, a survival tactic. And then, you walked into their life. You didn't just break the pattern, you shattered it. You showed up with eyes that saw beyond the barriers. With a presence that didn't require them to perform. With a love that felt more like remembering than discovering. And that is what scared them. Because if your love is real, and it is, then they'd have to ask themselves why they've been running from love all along. And that question? That's the one they're sitting with now. Every message you sent. Every moment of silence you offered with grace instead of anger. Every time you chose compassion over conflict, has become a mirror for them. One they can't look away from. And although they've kept their feelings guarded, the truth is leaking out. It's in the way they hesitate before responding. It's in the messages they start to type and then delete. It's in the tears they hide when they think of how much easier things would be if they were ready. But readiness isn't a destination. It's a choice. And they're learning that now. Your angels say, be still. Trust the rhythm of this soul connection. What's yours won't be delayed forever. Because there's a deeper truth unfolding. They're not just hurting. They're healing. And healing often looks like withdrawal, like silence, like confusion. Not because they've stopped caring, but because they care more than they know how to handle. Still, healing cannot happen in isolation forever. And this person is starting to feel that too. They are beginning to long, not just for your presence, but for the safety they felt in it. For the way you see them, even when they can't see themselves clearly. That longing is sacred. And it's guiding them back to you. In dreams, they find your voice. In quiet moments, they remember your laugh. In music, in synchronicities, in random encounters, your energy is present. And with each reminder, their soul whispers, you are not done with this person. And you're not. Because while love is a gift, connection is a responsibility. And you, dear soul, have been carrying your part of that sacred duty with such grace. But now, your angels are asking something of you. Let go of the need to know how this will unfold. Let go of the urgency to make sense of what doesn't yet have words. Instead, anchor yourself in faith. In the truth that when two souls are meant to be together, no distance, emotional or physical, can keep them apart for long. This person is awakening. Not just to love, but to your love. To the possibility that they can be loved fully, without needing to be perfect. And while they still carry fears, those fears cannot compete with the attraction they feel toward you. Soon, they will step forward. It may be quiet. It may be unexpected. But it will be real. And in that moment, your heart will know, the wait wasn't wasted. Now breathe with me again. Inhale. Let the light in. Exhale. Let the worry go. And if your spirit feels called, Type in the comments, I am ready to receive love that sees my soul. Because you are. Your angels are moving. And this connection? It's not over. It's only just beginning. There's still more. Are you ready to understand the deeper purpose of this spiritual bond? Let's talk about purpose now, not the surface level why, but the soul level calling. Because this isn't just about attraction or romantic feelings. It's not even about whether you'll end up together. It's about transformation. You see, this person didn't just come into your life to be loved. They came to awaken something within you. And you within them. Your connection was a divine setup. A soul contract. Signed long before either of you had a name, a face, or a past. That's why it feels so intense. That's why it feels familiar. Because on some level, you've been here before. But this time, there's an opportunity. Not just to feel the connection, but to heal through it. Your angels want you to see this moment clearly. You are standing at a crossroads. Not just with this person, but within yourself. You can choose to wait in longing. Or you can choose to expand in love. To understand that your worth is not tied to their readiness. To know that even as they navigate their inner world, you are not being left behind, you are being lifted. Because every soul bond that comes with this much ache also comes with an equal amount of growth. That's the paradox of sacred connections. They stretch us before they hold us. And you, dear soul, are being stretched. You are being asked to release old narratives. The ones that whisper, you're too much. The ones that say, you always end up alone. The ones that echo, you care more than they do. None of those are truths. They are echoes from the past, not prophecies for the future. What is true is this: you were born to love deeply, to feel fully, to see beyond appearances and touch souls. And that's why this person feels so connected to you. They feel seen in a way they can't explain. But being seen can be confronting. It requires the courage to be known. And not everyone is ready for that when love first knocks. So what's your role now? Hold space. Not just for them. For you. Honor what you feel without trying to control what comes next. Let love flow without needing to prove it. And let the universe weave the rest. Because your angels aren't done. They're still speaking. Still orchestrating. Still preparing both of you. And soon, this person will begin to act. They may reach out in a way that feels small, but is huge for them. They may confess something they were afraid to name. Or they may simply show up. Consistently, quietly, vulnerably. When they do, you'll know. Not because of what they say, but because of how it feels. Because your soul will say, yes, this is what we waited for. Now, I know your heart still has questions. What if they never come back? What if it hurts again? What if this isn't meant to be? Your angels answer gently, even if the form changes, the purpose remains. You were meant to awaken love. And you did. You were meant to be a light. And you are. You were meant to walk in truth. And you're doing just that. You don't need to chase clarity. It's finding you. Even now, as you read these words. Because something inside you is shifting, releasing the grip of expectation and allowing space for grace. So let it be easy. Let love find its way home. And now, if your heart is beating faster, if your spirit is nodding, if you feel tears or tingles or warmth, that's your confirmation. Your soul recognizes this truth. This connection isn't broken. It's blooming. And what comes next will surprise even you. Now, as we close this chapter and prepare for the next revelation, type in the comments, I trust the divine unfolding. Because when you trust, miracles begin. You've come this far not by accident, dear soul, but because your spirit was ready. Ready to hear what your angels have been whispering all along. And here's the final truth they want you to know. This connection is sacred, not because it's easy, not because it's always clear, but because it was divinely assigned to activate your next level of healing, love, and spiritual awakening. And now that your energy is aligned with that truth, something beautiful begins to shift. You start to feel lighter, calmer, stronger. Because clarity is no longer something you're chasing, it's something you're becoming. Your soul knew, from the very first moment, that this person was different. The connection wasn't just surface level, it was deep within your soul. And no matter how much time passed or how much distance grew between you, there was always a thread pulling you back to this truth. You were brought into their life to remind them what love really feels like. Not the kind of love that demands or performs, but the kind of love that sees you, softens you, and stays, even in silence. That's what you've given. And now, this person is starting to awaken to that gift. They may not have the right words. They may not express it in the ways you expect. But they are feeling it, fully. Their heart aches for the safety of your presence. Their soul longs for the light you carry. And their spirit is finally learning that hiding hurts more than healing. It won't be long now before they take a step, a real one. One that says, I may not have all the answers, but I can't ignore this anymore. And when that moment comes, you won't need to question it. You'll feel the alignment, the ease, the truth of it. Because love that is real doesn't return with noise, it returns with clarity. So now, dear soul, the angels ask you to make a sacred promise. Not to them, to yourself. Promise that you will not shrink while waiting for love. Promise that you will not dim your light just to be more comfortable for someone else. Promise that you will keep living, laughing, growing, healing. Because the kind of love your heart desires can only meet you when you are fully you. Not a version of you shaped by fear. Not a version of you waiting for rescue. But the you that remembers, I am worthy now. I am whole now. I am loved now. Yes, this person matters. Yes, this connection is rare. But you, dear soul, you are divine. You are the miracle. And everything, is already aligning in your favor. Now take one last deep breath. Let it settle. And then when you feel ready, type in the comments, I honor my path, and I am open to the love I deserve. That is your sacred agreement with the universe. From this point forward, you won't walk alone. Because your angels are with you. This person is awakening. And the love that once felt too fragile is about to become unshakable. Stay open, stay grounded, and stay radiant. The divine is not finished with this love story. It's only just beginning.